I recently ranked the best bullpens in the American League. Today I'm going to be following that up by ranking every team in the National League's bullpen. Once again, I got every projected bullpen from Fangraphs, so if something seems off, take it up with them, not me. Just a little reminder on how I make my rankings before we get into the actual video. I grade every player in the bullpen on a scale of 1 to 5 and find the average rating for every team, and then rank each team based on their average rating. Like always, leave your feedback down in the comments to let me know what you think, and without further ado, let's get right into the rankings. Coming in at number 15, they had the worst starting rotation in all of baseball, and they follow that up with the worst bullpen in all of baseball. Lucas Gilbreth, Jake Bird, and Tyler Kenley are all injured, but that doesn't really matter. The Rockies bullpen is the worst in the league by far. Any team that employs Daniel Bard, Brad Hand, or Dylan Lamet is not going to have a good bullpen. Coming in at 14, the Washington Nationals. The only decent option they have is Kyle Finnegan, so like their starting rotation, the Nationals bullpen ranks near the bottom of the league. Coming in at number 13, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. They have some solid options in David Bednar, who's going to be a solid closer, and Yuri De Los Santos is going to be decent. But their only other decent bullpen arm in Jarlin Garcia is injured to start the year, which makes this bad bullpen worse. Coming in at number 12, we got the Cincinnati Reds. TJ Antone is going to be injured to start the year, which really hurts an already thin Reds bullpen. And while Alexis Diaz and Lucas Sims are going to be pretty solid, a bullpen that employs Buck Farmer and Daniel Norris can't be that good. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience as a Tigers fan. Coming in at number 11, we got the Chicago Cubs. Like their starting rotation, the Cubs bullpen isn't bad, but it isn't great either. While guys like Michael Fulmer, Brad Boxberger, Julian Merriweather, and Adbert Alzolay will be solid, the rest of the pen probably won't be better than average. Coming in at number 10, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks. While their bullpen isn't great by any means, guys like Kevin Ginkel, Andrew Chafin, Miguel Castro, Scott McHugh, Joe Mantiply, and Cole Sulzer will be able to step up when guys like Madison Bumgarner have one of their inevitable bad games. Coming in at number 9, we got the San Francisco Giants. Luke Jackson is out for the season with Tommy John, which hurts. But Camilo Doval is a solid closer, and the Rogers brothers, along with Scott Alexander and Anthony DeSclafani, are all decent bullpen arms, which will help the Giants to win some games this year. Coming in at number 8, we got the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers' bullpen isn't as deep as we're used to seeing, but having one of the best closers in all of baseball in Devin Williams, followed by guys like Matt Bush, Peter Strzelecki, I'm sorry if I butchered that, and Hobie Miller, still makes for a decent bullpen. Coming in at number 7, we got the Philadelphia Phillies. Nick Nelson and Christopher Sanchez are going to start the year injured for the Phillies, but the Phillies pen still has some scary arms. Sir Anthony Dominguez and Jose Alvarado are elite, and guys like Craig Kimbrell, Gregory Soto, Andrew Bellotti, Matt Strahm, and Connor Brogdon are going to pitch a lot of important innings for the Phillies as they look to compete for a World Series. Coming in at number 6, we got the Miami Marlins. Injuries to Anthony Bender and Nick Einright obviously suck, but the Marlins still have a pretty decent bullpen. While guys like JT Chargoy and Tommy Nance and Matt Barnes might be rocky at some point, the rest of the bullpen and Dylan Floro, Tanner Scott, AJ Puck, Stephen O'Kare, and Huascar Brazoban will be pretty good. Coming in at number 5, we got the San Diego Padres. The Padres are a very well-rounded team this year, and I expect Josh Hader to be back to his normal self instead of the bad, whatever Josh Hader. Okay, let's restart that. That was horrible. Coming in at number 5, we got the San Diego Padres. The Padres are a very well-rounded team this year, and Josh Hader might have been bad last year, but I believe we can expect a bounce-back season to his normal self. And the Padres have a ton of solid guys in Robert Perez, Luis Garcia, Drew Pomeranz, Steven Wilson, and Nabil Crismatt. And this bullpen is going to help the Padres compete for the World Series. Also, Jose Castillo comes back at some point, and he's going to help that bullpen become even better. Coming in at number 4, we got the New York Mets. Obviously, the Edwin Diaz injury sucks, as he was the best closer in all of baseball last year. But the Mets have plenty of guys that will be able to step up in his place. David Robertson in particular is nasty, and I think he's going to fill into the closer role nicely. And guys like Adam Ottavino, Brooks Raley, Drew Smith, and Steven Nogosek are going to help pitch some important innings for the Mets while they attempt to compete for a World Series this year. Coming in at number 3, I don't think it's really any surprise. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers pen has a lot of injuries to start the year to some solid guys like JP Fireeisen, Daniel Hudson, Alex Reyes, and Blake Trinan. But their bullpen is still very solid. Guys like Evan Phillips, Alex Vesia, Bruce Dargatterall, Caleb Ferguson, Yency Almonte, and Phil Bickford are all really solid bullpen arms. And Shelby Miller and Jimmy Nelson will be interesting guys to watch, as the Dodgers seem to magically turn every pitcher on their team into an elite pitcher recently. Once all those guys that I mentioned that were injured come back, this Dodgers bullpen might be the best in all of baseball. Coming in number 2, it's the St. Louis Cardinals. They might have lost Alex Reyes to the Dodgers, but the Cardinals have almost no holes in their bullpen even after losing him. Ryan Helsley and Giovanni Gallegos are very good setup and closer combo. And the flame-throwing Jordan Hicks, along with guys like Genesis Cabrera, Chris Stratton, and Dakota Hudson, will be able to pitch a lot of good innings out of the bullpen for them. Finally, coming in at number 1, the best bullpen in the entire National League, we have the Braves. The Braves bullpen is kind of what failed them last year in the playoffs, so this offseason they made sure that wouldn't be the case this year. They added Nick Anderson in free agency and Lucas Ludig and Joe Jimenez through trades in the offseason, and already had some solid options in Raisel Iglesias, Colin McHugh, AJ Minter, and Dylan Lee. The only weak point that they might have is Kirby Yates, because he's been injured for the last 2 seasons, but the rest of the bullpen is so elite that you're not even going to notice if he is. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave any feedback as well as any future video ideas down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like as well as subscribe with post notifications on so you don't miss any future videos. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Until next time, peace.